Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charles and this is episode 15 of The Memory, our Let's Play series. Now I am going out here. As you can see, I have the cultivator on. I will show you when I get down here what I was able to do that I for some reason had not been able to do before, and even though I had tried it the same way before, I don't know if I updated this map or what was going on with it, but before, if you remember, next to this field that had wheat in it, there was this field that used to have a fence around it, and I had not been able to get rid of that fence. Well, I now have. So you can see I've still got a little bit on the side here, and I left it at the back so that I wouldn't be tempted to run into the creek there, and it's left on this part of the field here. So what I'm going to do while I have that fence gone, or now that I have that fence gone, something that I wasn't really able to do before, turn on that, lower it down, and I'm going to extend this field up just a little bit so that it matches sort of where the other one was. I'll have to spin around on this corner. Let's see, did I get it? No, a little bit. Now, there we go. Okay, now I'll go with the bottom. But anyway, you can see I am joining these two fields together. And I have something that I'm going to do with them that I really have a little bit of trouble believing. And if memory serves me correctly, even though I'm joining them together, I don't have to cultivate them. I don't have to cultivate the fields before I plant what I am going to in them. Maybe I'll go ahead and set this thing loose and go ahead and cultivate it anyway, just so I have that ground texture down when I do plant. Okay, I'm gonna set that on a worker, and as soon as there we go. Okay, so that is going on a worker. I need to go back up. I left one of my harvesters in the farmyard, so I am going to go up and retrieve that. That was good because I was going to have to go around with it anyway, because as you know, in order to put it back in the shed, it was not going to fit through here. So that's okay, because I need to take it back down the other way, because our green bean fields are ready to harvest here in August. And I know that this is not a green bean harvester. If any of you are out there kind of starting to pull your hair out with this, but I do have, and this is the first time I have ever tried it, so hopefully it is going to work. I have the app, I always say that, I have the mod that will allow me to harvest green beans, and I think peas with a regular harvester. So we're going to try this out. If not, then I'll have to go and rent a green bean harvester. That'll be very disappointing. Because I did want to try out this mod, see if it works. Because if I can, then that means that if I can, especially with this harvester and header, I can do it fast. Let's see, am I still unfolded? Yes, I am. Okay, we'll lower it down. Swing around here. Oh, look at that. I can harvest with this. Now, don't run in the creek. Don't run in the creek. Don't run in the creek. I can't see, of course, if I've gotten it all. Okay, as long as it doesn't creep forward on me there, then I'll be okay. Oh well, not exactly a straight line, but you get the point. I am just going all over the place here, being a little haphazard with it. But so there is a little something that I want to kind of address a little bit. I got a comment. I got a comment on one of my videos. Actually, it was a comment on the first video in this series. So any of you who have been with me since the beginning, I want to thank you for doing that and sticking with me. But the person who watched, I wish I could. I wish I had it in front of me so I could actually read the comment to you. But they basically told me they tried to watch my video, but they just couldn't do it. They had to stop, and they let me basically know, in no uncertain terms, let me know why in the comment. And you'll just have to take my word for it. It was over the word and that I say a lot, and I think they used that. I think they used that word against me in just about every second or third word. And so, of course, I wrote them a comment and said, I know, it's a really bad habit. And well, there I go again. I'm doing it more while I'm telling you about it. Anyway, I said, yes, I know that I do it. It's not something that I intend to do. I don't even ever notice how much I do it until I'm in editing. And by the time I get into editing, unless I want to go, edit out individual words here and there instead of segments, larger segments of video that I don't want. That's going to be a much more tedious process for me. It is something that I try to work on, but I find it hard to, it's what my mind defaults to. And it's a bad habit, and I am trying to not do it as much. But as I am doing something like I'm doing now, where I'm dividing my attention and I'm trying to talk while I'm also trying to thinking of words to say and everything, while also keeping track of, how to direct my harvester here. It's especially hard to have my mind catch up with both things at the same time. So, okay, so there is that. I'm just gonna leave it running across the road here and continue on and start on this field. Same thing. Theoretically, all of these will fit in this harvester. And I am going to, well, who knows what it'll do. I put it on a worker because one thing I always do when you see me on here is I stay directly behind this harvester, and what I need to be able to do is to kind of swing around this way and get a shot like that I could maybe use in the thumbnail or something like that. And I just don't normally drive from here because I find it difficult to drive from there. I could give you a first-person view as well. Seems weird to give you a first-person view, especially when I am now. See, come on, worker. Seriously? Hit the wrong button again. Okay, I'll spin back around here. I'm going to fire that incompetent worker. And looks like I'm going to have to try and head around on this outer, at least on this outer pass here, just myself. But yeah, I have delayed doing a video because, of course, that comment. I don't get a whole lot of comments from you guys, so and I always ask, please leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the gameplay and all of that. But getting one like that, I became, I was already self-conscious about how often I do say the word to let my mind catch up with what I'm doing and what I'm trying to say. So this is not, making these videos and talking during them and everything is still, even though I've done, a few series now, and did a couple in 22. So this is what, my third, I guess. And even though I've done all those videos before, now let's see if they. Okay, don't harvest the sign. Okay, I've already done part of this. You're only getting the very outside edge or the inside edge there. Okay, this is really odd. I'm going to get out. Just let them kind of do their thing. Let's see where this tractor is. Well, it's doing. Well, yay, it's doing what I want it to. It is going across these two fields, and even, I was afraid that it would only do one, and then I would have to set it loose on the other to do that separately, but it is not. So while this tractor is finishing that up, I'm going to go and grab my other tractor, and we are going to set it going on a little bit of planting. Now, if you saw the last episode, you'll know that I intended to plant some carrots in that low field down there, the two that I joined together, and we harvested some wheat out of it last time. Let's see, where did I leave that? There we are. And we're not going to be planting anything, overly exciting in that field, because we have basically missed, since I'm playing with the crop crop calendar and seasons and all that on, I am restricted as to what I can plant, and basically I could plant canola, but it's going to take about a year to grow. And so for now, I'm going to, I wish this thing was wider. For now, I am going to just plant some. Did that make a full run around that I just did? Workers, ladies and gentlemen, wasting time and my money. Okay, so let me switch this over. Oilseed radish. So we're going to be basically planting the oilseed radish in here. It'll act as a fertilizer stage on here. And a worker has completed their task, so I'll just go ahead and hire a worker on that, get them started, get out of their way. You had better do a good job. They're turned around going the other way. At least they're actually harvesting something now. Where are you? And did you get all of it? This over here too? Yes, you did. In the time that it took me to do that, you got all of this. So, yay, we are speeding right along with our fields here today. I do have some grass fields that are ready to harvest, but I really don't need them yet. I am going to, I don't know, I may do one. It depends on how much tractor, what free tractors I have, because like I say, I am planning on planting something. I will have to go to the store in order to do it, and it may be a huge mistake, but I'm going to try it anyway. Okay, and we'll just put this away. Okay. Oh. Now I have to hook that back up, because if I had had that menu up, I would have realized that I had create fields left on. So now I can take it off. Now, I know I said that I probably wasn't going to do this because I had a little bit of PTSD from this thing, from planting so many trees in FS25 on my Mars map. Whoa, that is close. So anyway, I am going to, I think I am going to plant trees in those two fields down there. I originally thought of that idea when that, quite frankly, when that fence was still around that one field, and I was just gonna plant trees in that, and I figure I can get in that with the chipper and just chop those down whenever they get mature, and I won't have to deal then. I'll have some trees that I can then cut down or chop up or chip. Anyway, I can have some trees that I can chip that it won't say you don't own this land, basically. Unlike the ones in between the fields that I keep getting that message on over and over and over again. If it's in my field and I have planted it there, I'm guessing that it won't give me any messages at all, and it will allow me to plant those. So I'm going to go get over to the store and grab some saplings to put in this, and then I will be back with you when we are back at the field and ready to go. Okay, everyone, we have made it back. I have gotten some saplings. I cannot remember because I looked at so dang many of them. No. I want to go this way. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I actually meant to get a different one, but apparently I got the Manchurian red pine. Okay. Well, okay, that's the one I clicked on. I really did mean to get a different one. This thing is going to be very, very slow, and this is a bigger field than I was intending to plant these in, so I am going to go ahead, as you can probably guess, and put this on a worker and see how they do with this field. Now, I bought a pallet with 300 trees, because I figure, you know, even if 300 trees doesn't fit in this field on this planting, after I harvest these trees, I'm going to have to plant again. So, you know, in theory, if I'm not using the planter here for anything else between now and then, I could just leave the remainder on here and be fine for next time. So, okay. Well, I'm going to wait until it gets to the end here. There's a potential thumbnail right there, and I'll get out of its way. See how we're doing over here. Oh yay, I can't tell. Maybe if I get... Yeah, I can sort of tell where they have and haven't been. So they've done this entire middle section, and they've really only got the outside fiddly bits to do. So let me get out of the way. We'll check on our other worker. Okay. Wait, is he done? Wow, okay. I guess this is a fast one. I guess I just expected it to go slower since it was wasting all that time. Now, we will look and see what price and when we can get for the green beans. Wait, is that in this top? Yes, there it is. Okay. Okay, we're actually... Unbelievably, we just harvested and we are at our best price right now. And what is that? $23.19. The livestock trade grain acceptance. We've tagged that. So where might that be? Is that over? Yeah, that's where I kind of thought it was. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, I just happened to think, you know, I'll just go get a trailer and use the tractor to take it, and I can't because both of my tractors are busy right now. So I will deposit that, because that, as I discovered when I was trying to come back with that over this bridge, will not go over. Or it will, but boy does it slow it down, and it scrapes right across the top of it. So, and you have to be right in the center or it stops, and not worth it when I don't have to have it. So So anyway, this is all the way on the other side of the map, so you guessed it, I'll go ahead and not make you suffer. I'll cut out most of this and I'll join you over there. Okay, we are back, and I'm glad that I cut out part of the drive over here because I accidentally turned in the wrong place. I turned into the space right next to this here. Now, I have been over here once before, so okay, let me get out and open that, and we'll swing around and put our pipe over this and sell our green beans. And there they go. Look at that, $43,764 gets us back up to $90,000 for our total. That is a great number to see on there. Of course, we have to think that our, I talked about our kind of manufactured end goals for this was the possibility, owning the fruit orchards. Maybe one, maybe all three. But they do cost $180,000 to start, plus they would have to have water and manure and probably another tractor. So, I mean, I could do it with my tractors for a little while, but that would get kind of annoying, and I'm going to need a dedicated tractor for that. So, so 90, oh gosh, oh yeah, never mind. I was like, wait, it's gone down. That's because I'm using workers. So it's going to go down a little bit. So what's that, 89? Depends on how far they've gotten. They've had quite a bit of time, I tell you. We are traveling at all of the whopping speed of 27 kilometers per hour, and it does take a while to get over here. Now, I have been thinking about the next series, and maybe was thinking, is there one that I could do that might be simpler that I could add to this one? And maybe I could do them at the same time, but if I was going to do that, it would have to be simpler and not as much time to maybe not less time to record, but less time doing editing and things like that. And I had a bit of a thought. I was on a map that will go as of right now unnamed. I was on a map and I was playing, and it was the first time I had played on it, and I was using it just to kind of try some things out, and I'm still in the process of doing that. But I thought, just some experiments with some crops and stuff. So, and I thought, well, what if this is a Let's Play series, and I thought, well, okay, what if I did a series where, and this was, of course, after I got the comment about all of my ums. And I thought, okay, well, what if I was to do a series where I didn't talk? And I know a lot of people do fully time-lapsed episodes and a whole series and stuff like that. So, and I don't know, that for me, I think would be a lot of editing too, because I would still edit out a lot of things like this, like the drive back and forth and things that I would normally cut out. But even then, everything that was left in, there would be a lot of music to add to it, and I have to make sure that it's that I either have permission or that it's royalty free, and it would just be a thing. And so I thought, okay, well, what if there was a map that was, where things were sufficiently close enough together that the drives wouldn't be extraordinarily long, unless I'm using something extraordinarily slow. And what if I did something that I, instead of a Let's Play, I wanted to maybe call it something like a Just Play. And all it would be is, it would be kind of like kind of like this series, except there would be minimal cuts in the video. There would be no talking, and there would be no time lapses, and no, background music or anything like that. Just farming and productions, whatever else we decide to do there, and just in real time. And I wonder, I don't know, it would certainly be easier for me to edit that with and not having to worry about talking. Right now, I have to, when I record videos, really depends on the time of day, and I try and record on the weekends when I can, because my daytime work schedule is one where I come home and I am tired, and I really just don't feel mentally capable or mentally with it enough to record and talk. And you want to talk about when I get really tired, they increase, they just magnify many times over. And so I try to record fairly early in the morning on the weekend. And I have tried to, like I have actually been on vacation from work. Well, I've had a lot of vacation from work actually during the month of July, and then here into August. I actually had so many days of vacation that during the entire month of of July rather, I flipped my the ratio of my work days to my weekend days, and I went to work on Monday and Tuesday, and then was off the rest of the week until the next Monday and Tuesday. So I had 2 days on and 5 days off. And this last week, and we are actually in August right now when I'm recording this, and August in game, I have been on vacation the entire week, and that should normally, I would normally think, well, that will give me a chance to kind of stack up the recordings a bit. And then but I find when I stack them up and get ahead of them, I kind of lose track of, when I'm doing editing, I lose track of like which one I'm in, and when I'm recording, if I haven't done the edit and repeated the episode number, I forget which episode I'm on, things like that. So, well, look at this. Yeah, he's still going, but plenty of trees, and it looks like maybe one or two more passes around. This guy is done over here, it looks like, unless he ran into a tree and just stopped. Okay. There is that. I'm going to fold that up. Get in a little closer here. See if it will let me. Yay, no collisions to stop me there. Take a little shortcut. So anyway, I was thinking about that series, and if so, then I think I have a map that I would play that on, that is not too extraordinarily big. I mean, it's a good size. What I would really like, there was a, oh my goodness, which one was it in? Oh, and now I can't remember if it was in. Why can't I remember that? Now I don't know if this map was in 22 or 19, but it was called Small Farm. And you know, I loved the size of that map because it was so compact. The fields weren't the biggest, but there were some fields on there, and you could buy the ones side by side, join them together, make them bigger, all that kind of thing. But the thing I liked about it is that, you know, I could run around the you know, it was set up in a square basically, and the roads were set up that way. I could run around all the way around that map faster than I can drive from one side of this map to the other. So like I say, everything was nice and compact together. The shop was right in the center of the map. You know, most of the sell points were in the middle of the map. So, oh, I'm gonna go straight down the middle here. Okay. As you can see, I do have this on a worker. I am gonna try and get some different shots of things, give you some different views, which I can really only do. I'm only comfortable doing that when I am in the have a worker hired. Otherwise, my ordinarily crooked lines get way more crooked. Okay, did it just like split the field in half? And okay, interesting. Now I think, nope, it is still moving. From over there, I looked and it looked like this was standing still. What do you think? Like one more row outside that one for there. Yeah, maybe one more row outside this one too. Manchurian red pine. Okay. I don't know if there's a difference in this game once I mulch up these trees and turn them into wood chips. I don't know if there's a difference in game of how much it pays you for wood chips. I think that's one price. It doesn't differentiate different kinds. The only thing that will be different is, or you know, is variable, I guess, on these, is that the density of the wood. You know, how many liters does one tree give you? And I think that varies. That varies per the tree type. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they could squeeze another row in outside this one. I'm not sure. If they do, they might start getting tangled in the fence a little bit. The remaining parts of the fence or a tree. Yeah, you can see, you know, at the end of this field, there's still those trees that are separating what was the field next to this one from the grass field. And originally what I had planned was to plant the trees only in this section of the field that had the fence around it. And the other field, I was going to cut all those trees down and level that hump, and then make that field part of the one next to it, but I might as well take what were two of my smallest fields and put them together and put, this tree crop in it. Now, I guess, based on how far apart it put these, now this will allow me to manually come back and, like go up and up these rows where it's put them in between them and plant more. And I could make it denser in here, but, why make it hard on ourselves? I have to think when we're harvesting these, I'm going to be harvesting, and sometimes that chipper takes out the stumps and sometimes it doesn't, and if it happens to leave a bunch of them, then we're going to be, I'm going to have to be dodging those as we go. So why put more obstructions in the field? I also can't remember in 25 here if I have a mod that will allow me to adjust the growth stage on trees. Okay, yep, it's turning around, so it looks like it is going to put another row right on the outside. And a nice view out across the green grass field there. Yeah, that is like right on that outside edge. Oh, well, it planted quite a few in here. That sapling box had 300 in it to start with, and we're down to 82 now. So I won't have as many left over as I thought. When we plant in here again, if I do the same amount of area and everything, then I'm not going to have enough to do it again. I'll have to buy another box. And who knows, by then we may have already bought our orchards and gotten those into production and harvest from them. I have no idea how long it's going to take these trees to actually grow. I'm expecting, at least a year or 2 years in game. Okay, so it's gonna go across the end here. So I'm gonna get this planted, and then I'll take this back to the yard. I've got that other tractor over there doing the harvesting that field. I'm gonna get those 2 green bean fields harvested. I don't have anything to put in them yet. I think, what can I, let's see. Yeah, I could put wheat in it next month. I can put canola, and I can put barley next month. Or I can do grass, which I don't need because I've already got likely too much of that anyway. Cotton, corn. Carrots. Well, corn, carrots. Well, got a long period in here where I could plant carrots, but I'd have to wait until April to do it. I do have a corn harvester head for my harvester, so I could plant corn, and I have a planter, so I can actually do that now. I would have to buy or lease the carrot planter. Let's see, long grain rice, green beans, we just did those. Parsnips, peas, yeah, I could do peas. They'd be about the same as the green beans, though. Red beet is a whole other thing about planter and harvester. Sorghum, I could do sorghum. Yeah, so I can either plant something next month in those fields that I'm cultivating right now. I can either plant something in those next month, one of 3 things, 4 things, 5 things maybe. I can forgo that, and I can wait until April and I'll have a lot more choices of what to plant there. So I'm going to go ahead, I will finish, probably off camera, I'll finish cultivating both of those fields that had green beans in them. The next time when we come back, I'll set a seeder going on those, and we can plant some oilseed radish in those just to give them a good fertilizer addition. And then after that, we will wait a few months and cultivate that under and plant something in April. So anyway, that's the plan on it now. So, okay, as I figured, this guy is done. Oh man. Okay, well that's going to be a fun thing. Okay, well I was stupid and didn't look at what my fuel level was on that tractor, and it has run out. Apparently it ran out right at the end while it was sitting there waiting on me to come back. Let me go and check on this one, see how much it's got. Well, it's running pretty low and it needs to be serviced, but it's got enough to finish this. So anyway, I have to get the truck and go to the store to get a gas can so that I can come back, put a little bit of gas in my tractor and get it over to my fill-up area and actually fill it up. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, and if you have not already, subscribe, leave a comment, even if you have any criticism or constructive criticism or anything like that, I suppose I can take it. So anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. Like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified if you want to see the videos when I post them. And I will be back with you in the next one. Bye for now.